Please join me in welcoming our teacher back on the stage.
Thanks, Tommy.
Go get him, Tommy.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anisman. Before I begin my formal presentation, I need to speak privately to just the graduates for just a few minutes. So if everyone else in the audience would just excuse us for a few minutes, I'd like to just speak to the graduates. Okay, graduates, let's level with each other. Most of you, I'm sure, have planned on some type of celebration later this afternoon or this evening in honor of your graduation. Am I right? Now, the only thing standing between you and that celebration is this commencement ceremony. You can either choose to be bored to tears during the ceremony, or you can choose to have some fun. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you choose to be bored to tears? Okay, by a show of hands, how many of you would like to have some fun? Good. I'm going to need to have all of you participate in my presentation at different times, so stay alert. To get you in the spirit of participation, and please don't let me or your classmates down, because you're representing all of Daemen. On the count of 3, I'd like to hear your best screams and hollers in celebration of your graduation. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You know, that was fantastic. Based on that performance, instead of the C presentation that I was going to give you, I'm probably going to have to give you one of my A or B presentations. Now I'm ready for my formal presentation. Honorable Chair of the Board of Trustees, Caroline Burke, fellow trustees, President Anisman, members of the Cabinet, distinguished faculty, undistinguished faculty, parents and grandparents, family members, people who may have wandered in off the street, and of course the people we are here to honor today, graduates of the class of 2010. First, let me offer my welcome to this wonderful commencement ceremony. And I'm very excited to be here today, and if it's at all possible, I may be just as excited as you are. I graduated from Daemen 36 years ago, and I'm so thrilled to be asked back to address the graduating class of 2010. And I'm specifically saying 2010, not 2010, because I'm going to want you to key in on the number 2 a little bit later in my presentation. So please remember that. I must, however, tell you that I was not the first choice as your commencement speaker. Yes, it's true. The dirty little secret can now be revealed. I am, alas, a stand-in for another. Now, there are some that were trying to keep this from you, but I always believe in full disclosure, transparency in such matters. So I think it's only fair that you know that when Dr. Anisman found out that Lady Gaga couldn't be here, that he asked me. Now, he knows that I play guitar as one of my hobbies, and perhaps he thought that you might not notice the difference. I can see how he would think that. Now, so that you wouldn't be disappointed, Lady Gaga did send along the outfit that she wore on American Idol for me to wear during the ceremony. She too thought that you might not be able to tell the difference. However, in the one lucid moment that I had preparing for this presentation, I decided that me wearing that outfit probably wasn't a very good idea. However, Dr. Clausen is wearing that outfit under his academic robe. And that's only because it looked much better on him than it did on Dr. Anisman. In preparing for this commencement speech, the one thing that truly struck me was that although I've been to dozens of commencements and graduation ceremonies, I can't really remember any of the commencement speeches or much about any of those dozens of ceremonies that I've been to. I certainly can't remember who the speaker was at my commencement, or the topic, or much about the entire day. Sitting next to me at my commencement was my wife-to-be, Cindy. Her last name began with the letters S-T-R-O, and my last name begins with the letters S-T-E-W. So alphabetically, we were placed sitting next to each other, so it would be easier to hand out the diplomas. Interestingly, we never dated when we were in college. So as you can imagine, in preparation for today, I decided to ask my wife if she remembered anything about her commencement ceremony from college. She said she did remember running into me at some point during the commencement. And that I asked her if she, or if anyone she knew, was interested in a job at Roswell Park Cancer Institute at commencement. But that was about it. She didn't remember anything else about the ceremony, or who spoke at the ceremony, or what they spoke about at the ceremony, or apparently that she was sitting right next to me, the person that she's now been married to for 32 years. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because she's told me on more than one occasion that some of my subsequent performances haven't been that memorable either. I'm referring to my guitar playing, of course. Now, if we look at your graduation and your commencement ceremony, it should be one of the most exciting and most memorable times in your life. And if nothing else today, if you are willing to be active participants, then we can make sure that you never forget your commencement ceremony.